All right, welcome back. Today is another fantastic day in sunny Colorado. It's actually snowing today, so it's a bit cold outside. But I'm going to get that forge going and get this place warmed up a bit. Today, we're going to work on cutting a piece of that big pry bar metal off so that I can finish my my set that I need to do some bends. And then I'm going to do, I don't know, some other stuff. I guess I'll figure that out when I get there. So in the meantime, refrigerator's stocked up. Feel free to grab something, cold beer, even though it's cold outside, some coffee, anything you feel like. Grab whatever you want. Put your feet up and relax, and we'll get going. Okay, while that's in the in the forge getting heated up, I'll explain what we're doing, or I'll explain what we're going to see. Let's start again. Okay, while that's in the refrigerator, while that's in the forge. Refrigerator? While that's in the forge heating up, I'll explain what I'm going to do. I have to use the hardy hole to get that to sit in. I got to sit that in the hardy hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about an inch. I cut that at about 3 inches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten out and square off about an inch of that, so that I have an inch worth of 1 inch square that sits inside the hardy hole. From there, I'm going to make sure that the top of it is flat. I'll put that on the belt grinder and make sure that it's nice and flattened out. And then I'm going to weld a piece of flat bar to it. I'll weld a small piece of flat bar to that, and then what I'll do is I'll take a couple pieces of the spring, and I'll show a picture. I put the spring in the fire last night with a little backyard fire. I don't know. We had a campfire going, and I put the spring in there to burn off all the excess coating that was on it. So I'm going to cut off a couple 1 inch sections of that spring. I'm going to straighten those out, and then I'm going to weld those to this plate, so that on this plate we have 2 forks sticking up. That way, and I don't know how close they're supposed to be, but we'll figure that out. But that way I can put the metal in between here and use this to leverage with the fork that I'm going to use to try to bend, and I can use all 4 of those sticky uppy things to help bend and scroll a piece of metal or piece of flat bar like this. So we'll wrap it around. I need that to start making my commissioned piece of art. So let's get busy knocking that piece of steel down, and let's get some time lapse going. Well, my microphone died, so now I'm just doing a voiceover. It's probably not going to be a very good voiceover, but I'll go ahead and try to repeat what I was saying. Um, there's some things down here. That's a thing. I made another hook thing. Now I'm wagging my finger at it. I put a hook down there for my brush, my wire brush. I got that done. I also made I made that thing nice and flat. I welded it on. Did a pretty good job at welding it. Much better job than normal. I just welded it on the sides. Didn't do it on the bottom, but came out pretty good anyways. Next then, I grabbed that bar right there and I straightened out, put it in the forge, and made it hot, and then hit it with a hammer and made it nice and straight after I cut it off the spring. I planned on going over that direction and doing something. Now I'm looking over here. I think I just used the angle grinder is what I was saying. Use the angle grinder instead of using the belt sander. Now I want you to look at this part right here. Look at it some more. I'm going to shake it a bit. There's a thing behind me. Look at this. It's metal. It's square metal. Yeah, it looks like it's flat too. It looks like it fits there. This is metal. So that's what I'll do then. I don't know what that is, but I'll do it. More pointing at stuff. Let me set this down. There's something outside. Make my breath go. Next I'm going to cut that piece of steel, and I'm going to weld it to the plate, and going to get that all set up, and then point at more things, and spaghetti dinner. So let's get back to more. Well, I've finished up. This is going to be wet, but this is what the scroll looks like. I used my new scroll tool, as well as my scrolling fork to get that bent around. Now it didn't come out like I wanted it to, rather. This section here should be bent in further, and my fork is too wide to get that done. I couldn't get it to reach. And once it hit a certain point, the fork just slipped off the end of it, and it didn't tighten it in any further. I don't know if that's because the fork is too wide, or if it's because I don't know what I'm doing. I definitely know I don't know what I'm doing, but that may have also contributed to the fact that it's too wide. I don't know. Figure it out. But I did some hammering and whatever to get it inside there. It is straight. It is not twisted, which is really remarkable because it started twisting, but I was able to heat it and hammer it straight again, so that's pretty cool. Got that done. I got a nice finish on my forks. I don't know if you can see it. It's part of the. It's in one of the time lapse there, but I did get a nice finish on this. What I did was I put it in the forge for a few minutes, just to get it above 200 or so degrees, 300 degrees. I don't know. And then I dunked it in the oil. It wasn't intended to. It wasn't intended to harden the piece, but it did give it a nice blackened look, and it's nice and smooth rather than just being exposed metal. I also bought some floor wax that I'm going to try doing a finish with as well. But there you go. That's all of the fun stuff that we're going to do today. That does want to stay. There we go. I got a new hook for my wire brush. That's about it. That's about it. The anvil fell over again. That was pretty dramatic. But all in all, it was good. It was a good day in the shop. I think I do want to do some more welding on this. Get some weld along on the inside here rather than just on the edges. Just to make sure that it stays. But it's a pretty solid weld so far, at least. I do want to get the grinder and cut that even, but I think that's pretty good. It worked, so I'm not complaining about it at all. There you go. So, thanks for stopping in. If you like what you see and you're not already subscribed, remember that I'm giving away free subscriptions all year, and so that's like 2.5 months now. So sign on. Click the little bell. That drives the people in Google crazy. That's funny. And that's about it. Remember, it's the best. My channel's the best thing since sliced bread, and I got swag to prove it. Thanks for stopping in. Click the subscribe button and tell 2 friends so they can tell 2 friends and they can tell 2 friends. And I'll see you next time.